Have you ever asked yourself who you are, but had no idea who you will become? This is a famous line from Shakespeare's play Hamlet. It reminds us that the future is unpredictable, but human potential is limitless. Life can change at any moment, and if you dare to take action, who knows where you'll be in a few years. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that I believe many people are deeply interested in: changing your fate. This is something that countless individuals long for, research, and even struggle with throughout their lives. But before we dive into this topic, let me ask you one simple question. Do you believe your fate can change? Because if you believe in predestination, that your life has already been set in stone, that everything has been predetermined, then this conversation may not go very far. Think about it. If you're only 20 years old and already convinced that your fate is unchangeable, what will the next 70 years of your life look like? Will you simply accept everything as it comes, resigning yourself to whatever happens? As for me, I believe fate can change. Not just because I want to believe it, but because I've seen it happen. I've lived through it. Many people I know have lived through it. I've witnessed individuals who just 2 years ago were struggling, lost, hopeless, with no belief that their lives could ever take a turn for the better. Yet in just 2 years, they rose like a blazing fire, shocking everyone around them. I've seen people who started with almost nothing but, through sheer determination and effort, managed to rise above their circumstances. And when you see that happen, it's impossible not to believe. I've experienced it myself. I wasn't born into ideal conditions, but I realized that there is a process, a path, a way to change your fate. And in this discussion, I'm going to share that path with you. I won't promise that change will happen instantly, because the speed of transformation depends on your inner strength and determination. But what I do hope is that by the end of this, you'll believe one thing. If you truly want to, you can change your life far beyond what you ever thought possible. Step 1. Stop being busy with your own sorrow. Now let's get into the method for changing your fate. I'll break it down into 3 steps. In reality, life doesn't happen in neat little steps. It's messy, like a giant mixed stew. But since this is a structured talk, I'll break it down so it's easier to understand, remember, and, most importantly, apply. The first step in transforming your life doesn't actually require you to do anything, yet. It's about awareness. If you've watched my other videos, you'll notice that the first step I often talk about is always related to awareness. Why? Because only when you see things clearly can you act effectively. If your perspective is wrong, if your understanding is flawed, no matter how hard you try, you won't get the results you want. And the first thing you must never do is this. Don't be busy with your own sorrow. I've met so many people, myself included, who have gone through this. We get consumed by our own sadness. We stay busy being disappointed. We stay busy feeling sorry for ourselves. We stay busy drowning in negative thoughts about life. And let me tell you the truth. People around you can see it. They know you're sad. They see you struggling. They understand that you're feeling hopeless. But here's the thing. None of that matters. It's okay to feel sad, but you can't stay there. If you spend your entire day consumed by sadness, you won't have the energy or the mindset to do anything positive for your life. I've had some of the worst days of my life, sitting there in silence, feeling miserable all morning. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't blaming anyone. I was just sitting there, completely absorbed in my own dissatisfaction. Then one day someone said to me, "And then what? Are you just going to stay sad forever? Are you going to sit here from morning till noon, just being sad? Is this sadness going to change your fate? Is it going to make you money? Is it going to make you smarter? Is it going to help you improve your life?" And the answer was no. But here's what's scary. Sadness can drag you down deeper than you think. It doesn't just keep you stuck, it pulls you backward. Have you ever met someone who every time you talk to them, all they do is complain? Complain about their life, their fate, their struggles, week after week, month after month, year after year. At some point, sadness becomes a part of them, and if you're not careful, you could become one of them. So, the first step to changing your fate is to refuse to stay busy with your own sadness. I'm not saying you can't feel sad. Sadness is a natural emotion, but don't give it too much time. Treat it like a passing rain shower. Don't let it turn into a never-ending winter in your life. If you can do this, congratulations. You've just taken your first step toward changing your fate. Step 2. Action. Making the right choices. The next step after gaining awareness is taking action. This is the moment when you must truly step out of your comfort zone if you want to change your fate. There is one crucial thing you need to understand. Not every action leads to good results. In life, there are two common types of actions. Those that bring good results but feel uncomfortable, and those that bring bad results but feel extremely comfortable. These two types of actions are opposites, and the danger lies in the fact that the more you do one, the weaker the other becomes. A simple example is that exercising is a beneficial action but uncomfortable, whereas lying down and scrolling through your phone is a harmful action but very comfortable. Do you see this in your own life? Changing your fate means choosing the right actions, even when they are not comfortable. However, many people complain when they have to do these things. They say, "Studying is boring, it gives me a headache, it makes me sleepy," or "This task is too difficult, it's not fun at all." Of course, it's not enjoyable right away, but that is the price you pay for transforming your life. Remember, difficult but beneficial actions are the foundation of changing your destiny. If you cannot force yourself to do challenging but valuable tasks, then forget it. You will not change anything. There is no such thing as magic. No one succeeds by only doing easy and comfortable things. Now, take a look at your daily habits. Are you exercising or just sitting around? Are you learning and improving yourself, or are you scrolling through social media all day? Are you working towards upgrading your life, or are you just spending money without thinking about the future? Harmful but comfortable actions are like a sweet trap. They give you short-term satisfaction, but steal your future. If you want to change your fate, start by forcing yourself to take beneficial actions. The type of actions you choose will determine the kind of life you will have. Have you ever felt stressed when doing something good? That is completely normal. Do not worry if you feel overwhelmed when learning something new, if your muscles ache from working out, or if you struggle with something unfamiliar. In reality, these are signs that you are changing. If studying gives you a headache, that is a good signal. Don't stop. If exercising makes your muscles sore, be happy. As long as you're not injured, it means your body is growing. If waking up early makes you feel exhausted, accept it. This is how you take control of your time. Everything that brings good results but feels uncomfortable is worth doing. The good news is that this discomfort is only temporary. If you keep going, one day it will become a habit, and you might even enjoy it. People who exercise regularly feel uneasy if they skip a workout. Those who love reading feel like they are missing something if a day passes without learning something new. What was once a challenge now becomes a source of joy. That is how real change happens. Look at the current situation. The economy is struggling, and waves of layoffs are happening everywhere. Many people are losing their jobs and falling into a state of helplessness. But this is not surprising. If you had been following economic trends from years ago, you would have seen this coming. Many people prepared for it by learning new skills, upgrading their knowledge, and seeking new opportunities. They read books, kept up with the market, and learned how to adapt to change. On the other hand, those who only focused on entertainment and never invested in themselves are now panicking as everything shifts around them. Step 3 is very simple: persistence. You need to consistently do the right things every day, even when you don't see immediate results. No one achieves their ideal physique after just 1 week of exercise. No one becomes an expert after reading just 1 book. But if you keep going, one day you will look back and realize that you have completely transformed. You will feel stronger, more confident, and you will believe that you can change your life in the way you desire. So don't wait. Just do it. Take action, stay persistent, and one day you will thank yourself for not giving up. This lesson is actually very simple at its core, but its value can stay with you for a lifetime. The principle of changing your life always remains the same. If your life feels stagnant, it might simply be because you haven't done enough or haven't consistently made small but impactful changes. Now is the time to start. Keep introducing positive changes into your life, repeat them over and over day after day, and over time, your life will turn to a new chapter. Everything in life, love, health, finances, follows this same principle. Nothing appears out of nowhere or just falls from the sky. Everything comes from small, persistent, and consistent actions. Slowly but steadily, little by little, you are building the foundation for major change. And then one day, boom! Your life will shift to a whole new level. Stay persistent,